Right, everybody, welcome back to another match review today. Actually reviewing our draw against Newcastle 0-0. And we have finally kept a clean sheet. We can all relax, we can all be happy now. We've kept a clean sheet. And it's just good, isn't it, really? I know people might think only a point against Newcastle, you know, why are Fulham fans so happy? But you've got to look at it. For us, it's been a hard season so far. Let's not beat it around the bush. It's been a tough season for us. We have struggled this season. And there was a lot of expectancy at the start of the season. Off the back of that good transfer window, there's a lot of expectancy. Many pundits actually, they really expect us to go out and do probably better than we have at the moment. And to get that clean sheet for me, it's good. Because obviously, throughout the Christmas period, there's so many games that come thick and fast. And the most important thing for me is momentum. You want to get so much momentum from every game. And it's a foundation to build upon. You look at the next couple of games, Huddersfield and Wolves coming up. Well, Wolves coming up first on Boxing Day at home. There's two huge home games coming up. And there's such a good opportunity to really solidify our survival push this season. If we want to stay up, this is a good foundation to build upon. And I hope we can go into the Wolves game and really push on now. Hopefully we don't go into that Wolves game and really look to try and forget about everything we've done well today. Because we've defended well enough today. I know we've hung on a bit in certain parts of the game. But you ride your luck sometimes. It happens in football with a couple of goal line clearances. And it's bound to happen. Obviously, the more comical thing was Sergio Rico giving Alfred Mawson a fantastic right-hander, really, almost knocking him out. And if he wants to do that, then go into the boxing ring, Sergio. You're more than welcome to go and punch living donuts out of some other people. Don't do it to our centre-halves. We need Alfie Mawson throughout the course of the season. We don't want anyone getting knocked out, and it happens in football. But I'm happy that we've managed to keep that clean sheet. And we could have even nicked it at the end with a couple of chances. Mitrovic probably be kicking himself, really. He had a couple of big chances. Dubravka made a bit of a mistake in the second half, which he probably could have done a bit better from. But look, it happens in football. With a striker, when you've not scored in a couple of games, you need to try and get that scrappy type of goal, really, that goes off your kneecap, as I said in my preview, off the kneecap, the chest, even off your nuts. If you get it off anywhere and it goes in, that's legal. When you're going to take it, it's a confidence booster. And I do believe once that goal goes in the league game, we'll start to capitalise on more chances. Obviously, we're a little bit low on confidence. We haven't scored in, 2 games now, I think it is. It might be even more going back, I'm not too sure. But look, we've not lost today. We've kept a clean sheet, so you have to be positive about things. You know, people can't complain too much. Under Ranieri, we have improved. I know we got thumped in our last away game, but it's small steps between now and January. The January transfer window is coming up. We've got to try and really recruit some decent players and try and recruit well. It's a tough transfer window, really, isn't it? The winter window is always the hardest one. Trying to get some players in at the right price, it's never easy. You know, you're coming into the midway through a season, so it's obviously going to be hard. Hopefully, Ranieri's identified some big players, and we could do some more reinforcements. Obviously, today we sat with a back 5, which looked like back 5 without the ball, and it changed into a 3 with 5 in midfield. Obviously, Joe Bryan played left back. Tim Ream, Dennis Odoi, and also on the 3 centre backs with Cyrus Christie deployed as a right back / wing back. And that's what, you know, if we're going to play like that for the remainder of the season, or maybe even at least until January, where we can get some decent replacements in, then I've got no complaints. Obviously, I think it was a bit of tactical awareness and a bit of cleverness from Claudio Ranieri. I think he really saw what Newcastle were like. They're a good team, Newcastle. They've done well so far in a couple of games in their recent games. They've got a big win last weekend, and they're no slouches either. Rafa Benitez has got a great record against us in the Premier League. And we were never going to go up there and outplay them like we did in the Championship. It was going to be a different game. We're going to be a bit more defensive, really. It was always going to be a cagey game. It was never going to be one of those games where it would be end-to-end gung-ho football. I think, really, we looked to go up there to try and frustrate Newcastle and try and pinch something, you know, on the break, or even try and pinch something late on. We nearly pulled off the masterstroke. We nearly pulled it off, and really, it's one of those things. It's a point gained instead of 2. You know, it's a point gained, and you've got to be happy with that. Obviously, some Newcastle fans weren't happy about that. They're the only team who've not scored against us this season, but it happens. And it's, in my opinion, it's nothing to be ashamed of not scoring against us. I know there's the obvious things that we're a bit crap defensively, but I don't think we're a terrible team, really. I know people from the outside might look, even Paul Merson as well. He said we might keep a clean sheet between now and the end of the season. How he's going to have to eat a bit of humble pie next week on Soccer Saturday after he's really slated us this season. But going back to the point about other fans thinking we're a terrible team, I don't think we are. I think we've just been a bit low on confidence this season. We've not had the right results, and there's been a lot of turmoil, really, towards the season. Obviously, under Slavici Kanovic, it didn't work out for him, which is sad, but it happens in football. Sometimes managers go into football clubs and it doesn't always work. Obviously, got us up, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be. We've gone with Claudio Ranieri, and I do believe we can stay up. I definitely think there's a good fighting chance. Obviously, today, Southampton won again, Crystal Palace won again, which isn't ideal. Crystal Palace got a great result up at Man City, and Andros Townsend's strike was an absolute cracking goal, wasn't it, to be fair? You'll never see a sweeter strike of a volley better than that, but we can only do our thing, and it's definitely still in our hands. Obviously, Cardiff got beat as well, so Cardiff are the next team we've got to try and catch. And we're not out of it just yet. If we can get a couple of good results between now and this time next week, which is when we play Huddersfield, hopefully this time next week when I'm talking next in one of my videos, we'll be sitting in a lot more of a healthier position, and I'm probably, hopefully, sitting there, hopefully outside the bottom three. It's definitely achievable now. We've got some tough games coming up in the new year, so these next 2 games are huge to try and get some more momentum, because if we can get out of that relegation zone going into the winter window, then I definitely think we can try and get some more of our more top-tier targets. I think when you're going into the window towards the bottom, a lot of your main targets tend to look at the football club and think, am I going to go there to try and... Am I going there really to try and contribute to a relegation, to a relegation campaign? But I think anyone who comes to us, as I said yesterday, they're going to come to us to try and improve us, and that's the way players have got to look at it. We don't want to upset the apple cart too much. I don't think signing more than 3 players maximum would help. But it's up to Ranieri and Tony Khan. Obviously, Tony Khan did tweet out today after the game, which was good. He's done a lot for helping out with fundraisers in terms of men's suicidal campaigns. He's done fantastically well. Donating towards a fans charity campaign. He's donated over £2,500 now, which is great, and it's really, really good to see. He's got a lot of criticism from me and a lot of other fans, but football aside, to do things like that, it goes the extra mile really in terms of connecting with the fan base, and that's what we want really. That's what we want. We want our chairman and our hierarchy to really just show a bit more of a connection for the fans, and there's a long way to go yet in this season, but I'm definitely confident we can go on and achieve the aim, which is stay up this season. We've got the right man in charge to do that. He's installed a good belief at the moment. The clean sheet's now there, and it's just a case of, can we build upon that? As I said, that's the main topic, that's the main subject today. Can we build upon that this season and really go on to achieve, and really just go on to do well? Obviously, we've struggled, as I said, this season. It's not been a great season for any Fulham supporter or any Fulham player. It's been a tough season. There's going to be a lot more defeats than wins this season, but we've just got to take the positive things. It's a step in the right direction, as I said. There's a lot to be happy about today. It's a point gained, as I said, a clean sheet as well. Newcastle probably could have had a couple of goals today, but it's just the way football goes sometimes. I'm sure they'll start quite comfortably this season. I'm quite confident of that. They're a good team. I don't think they'll have any trouble really bothering the bottom 3. I think they're quite good enough to start quite comfortably. But we've got to move into that Wolves game next. It's going to be a tough game against Wolves. I know they got beat on Friday night by Liverpool, but they've really turned the corner prior to that. They had a poor September, October, really, didn't they? And a couple of, I think it was 4 or 5 straight defeats, I think it was, and they really turned the corner now. Other than that Liverpool defeat, Liverpool probably the best team in this league this season. I do believe Liverpool will win the league this season, so it's nothing to be ashamed of getting beat by them. It'll be a tough game. We've got some good players on the break, but we'll discuss more about that in the preview, which I will bring out Christmas Eve. I'll get that sorted Christmas Eve, and we'll bring that out then, which will be great. And yeah, hopefully we can end 2018 with 2 massive home games and 2 positive results. That will give us plenty of opportunity to really go on and build again. Because I think under Claudio Ranieri, if we get things right, he's definitely the right man to install that belief. I do think that we can believe again. And today's really proved that. As a backs against the wall performance, we have to dig deep. And look, as Claudio Ranieri said, keep the clean sheet. Everyone goes to McDonald's. Big Macs all round. Although my preference is a chicken legend meal. Don't really like the beef burgers, if I'm being brutally honest. But look, a trip to McDonald's for everybody. A bit of Christmas cheer for every Fulham fan. A point gained. And we've just got to take it in our stride now, approach the next 2 home games with some positive mentality, try and get some big wins, because we've got a fantastic opportunity to beat Huddersfield. If we can't beat them, then we won't win the game at all this season. Wolves will be a tough game, but if we can get through that without getting beat, then it's a positive as well. As I said, just take each game in our stride and see what happens. It's going to be a long old season between now and May. We've got to buckle up, take the ride and see what happens and see where it takes us. I do believe there's going to be plenty of thrills and spills, more spills than thrills, but we've just got to take each game as it comes, keep showing that fighting spirit and really show the football club what it means to be a Fulham player. And this is all we ask as a fan. Just see the team really giving it a go, really grafting and really showing some fight and getting some positive results. The more we fight, the more we show some positive attitude, the better the results will be. And I can't complain at that. We've definitely done well today in difficult circumstances where we were predicted by a lot of pundits to get turned over quite easily, really. And we've shown some stability and some skill that we probably didn't see really towards the start of the season. It's been good to see us get onto that pitch now and really start to see the effectiveness of Ranieri's style of play. Obviously, it's more defensive approach, but look, I'm happy with that today. As I said, I know I'm repeating a lot of things, but I'm just delighted to get a clean sheet. It's that whole, and to be fair, you've got to give the players a lot of credit, because once that game's going to about the 85th, 88th, 89th minute, 87th minute as well, sorry, there's that mentality creeping in of the clean sheet. It's all mental, really. Can you hold on? Can you at least try and manage to get through the game? Because it happens in football. When you've not won a game, when you're not used to winning games or not used to keeping clean sheets, that mental side of things towards the end of the game. Can you last out? Can you hold that, try and get a positive result? We definitely did that in the end. Happy to see that happen. Going to the Wolves game now, plenty of confidence. If you did enjoy this match for you guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new as well. Not far off 1.4k subscribers, which is great. I'm happy with how the channel's developed. And yeah, we'll see you all Christmas Eve for the Wolves match preview. Take care, guys. See you soon.